Video called Why We Were Told to Hate Nickelback. I'll admit, I grew up in an era where everybody fucking hated Nickelback. I had to like some of their music. Like, what's the one song? It's from Spider-Man. It's like Hero from Spider-Man. The one that goes, and we say that a hero can save her, not gonna stand your way. I used to lie about not liking that fucking song because I went to a school where if you were caught listening to Nickelback, they would like bully you. And I will admit, like the majority of my school was Mexican. I went to the high school in this place called El Paso, Texas. Pretty much the only white kid there. But I always thought Nickelback was honestly pretty decent. But were we all psyoped into not liking Nickelback for some reason, or what is this video about?
9/11 was a pivotal point, not only politically, but also musically.
There wasn't a band on the planet that
Does it have to do with 9/11?
got more radio airplay than Nickelback.
How
Sure.
You Remind Me has been considered one of America's most played songs ever.
You couldn't get away from Nickelback if you tried. I mean, you would have had to go to the moon.
They sold out arenas, sold millions of albums.
Damn.
They were the definition of mainstream success.
Never owned it.
Nickelback was played more than the Beatles, more than the Rolling Stones.
But then, something strange happened.
The only thing I want to hear right now is the sweet sound of this Nickelback CD cracking as I drive over it repeatedly.
Let me tell you a
Damn.
story.
Ooh. My face when 9/11 caused Nickelback hate.
September 11th, 2001 changed everything.
Oof.
America went from feeling invincible to vulnerable overnight.
Today
True.
we've had a national tragedy. 2 airplanes have crashed into the World Trade Center.
Fear, uncertainty, questions about safety, about the government, about the future. People were anxious, angry, looking for something to hold on to.
America today is on bended knee in prayer for the people whose lives were lost here.
In the middle of all that chaos, this song appeared.
You remind me of who I really am.
Nickelback's album Silver Side Up was released.
Oh, fuck. I've heard that song so many times. I haven't heard it in years. But immediately in the first 2 words, this is how you remind me of who I really am. Oh my God, bro. It's burned into my
On
brain.
9/11, one of the darkest days in American history.
Yep.
And they actually had to perform that night.
It was such a weird, eerie feeling. So I walked out there and I said, in one of the darkest moments in American history, please just let us be a form of distraction so you don't have to think about what's going on.
How You Remind Me became the soundtrack of late 2001. A song about frustration, regret, and feeling lost. It wasn't trying to be profound, but somehow it resonated with millions of people.
Now because of all of you, we get to stand up here and we get to do this. Thank you so much.
That's actually awesome.
On 4 different Billboard charts at the same time. Rock stations played it every hour.
Nickelback explodes.
Every hour
They
is
become
insane.
Absolutely ubiquitous.
I mean, I would get annoyed hearing a song every day. Hearing it every hour, I mean, Jesus Christ, bro. It's like fucking mind control at that point.
Buses lined up and all these trucks. And I'm like, who are all these people? And our tour manager comes over and goes, all those guys over there? That's your lighting crew. I'm like, who's that? Well, that's audio. Who's the guy standing right behind me? That's your new bodyguard. How big is this tour? It's the whole world, Chad. I'm like, the whole world? He goes, yeah, and by the way, it's sold out. Things are pretty good right now in the Nickelback camp.
Japan for a while. I toured in the US to Europe and then back to the US, then over to Australia.
Damn.
So when How You Remind Me came out, I think we played 220 shows that year.
And not just platinum, Chad.
220 shows.
I remember I was thinking to myself, what am I going to do with all this money? Because I just thought because I just didn't need anything.
That's
Some people are
crazy.
addicted to buying purses. Some people are addicted to buying shoes.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I think I'm addicted to toys. Every time I see one, I have to buy it. So I'm trying to get help for it.
Man, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Celebrities that are stupid as fuck with their money like that, I know they're gonna crash and fucking burn, bro. You can't. When you got money like that, just invest it, bro. Legit. I don't buy no crazy shit. Like, legit, I don't buy no crazy shit. Just invest your fucking money, bro. You're gonna end up fucking on the streets when you spend like
End
that.
of the decade, How You Remind Me.
I never think, wow, you got so many cars. I just think, wow, bro, so you're like retarded. Okay, that's
It
crazy.
was officially the most played song on American radio. Not just rock, all radio. And Nickelback didn't hide what they were about. Lead singer and songwriter Chad Kroeger wrote about getting drunk on a Tuesday. Getting through everyday life. And wanting to be a rock star.
I'm not gonna lie. I have actually. I've heard these songs like 1,000 fucking times. I'm not gonna lie. I have. I mean, the songs are. They have some good songs, but my God, this has reminded me how much this band was overplayed. I have unconsensually heard so much Nickelback in my life, bro.
Poetic, just relatable situations that regular people actually experienced.
The writing session is over because we gotta play it. I gotta go. All right, buddy.
Their album, All the Right Reasons, in 2005, spawned 5 top 20 hits. The album went diamond with 10 million copies sold in the US alone. So they were selling out stadium tours, making millions of dollars, and living that rockstar life they literally wrote songs about. They tapped into something and people really connected with their music. But all that mainstream success was exactly what made them a target.
Nickelback,
Yep.
Nickel bomb, Nickel creep. It's like a meme. You know what a meme is? It's kind of just like a long-running meme.
If you're new to Nickelback memes, strap in. I tell you to play music and you play Nickelback.
I've
Friends
seen that.
Don't let friends listen to Nickelback. This is how you recline me. I heard you like Nickelback, so I burned your house down. They say you hear the devil if you play Nickelback backwards. Even worse than that, if you play Nickelback forward, you hear Nickelback. We could probably do a 30-hour video just featuring memes like that. But it proves the point, because suddenly everyone seemed to be on board hating Nickelback.
And Jarvis can play all of our favorite music. Hey, play us some good Nickelback song.
Hating Nickelback
Ain't no
wasn't just
way
an
they're
opinion,
getting
it was
shit
the
from the
correct
lizard
opinion,
human
the safe
Zuckerberg.
opinion.
I've had it with all this Nickelback hating, right? You think that makes you cool with the cool kids in school, Fred? No, it just makes me right.
Opinion that proved you had good taste. Why Nickelback specifically? Like, what the F did Nickelback ever do to anyone?
A new study with college kids by the American Psychological Association has found there's a connection between violent lyrics and aggressive behavior.
It's May 2003, and the comedy talk show Tough Crowd airs on Comedy Central. Comedian Brian Posehn is one of the guests, and out of nowhere, he says this.
No one talks about the studies that show that bad music makes people violent. Like Nickelback makes me want to kill Nickelback.
It's just a throwaway joke, nothing clever or insightful, but the network loved it.
Makes me want to kill Nickelback, kill Nickelback, kill Nickelback, kill.
They played that clip in promos for months and months, over and over.
Damn.
And then something interesting started to happen. That
They
joke
killed Nickelback.
became reality.
Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are Nickelback.
Nickelback? Who are these dillweeds?
Music forums tore them apart.
Oh my God, bro. I hate to admit that I consumed so much annoying orange when I was a kid, man. Never watched Fred. Hey, never watched Fred. I used to fucking love Annoying Orange, but holy shit, going back and watching it now, oh my God, it's like humiliating. It's like humiliating. And now we don't have Annoying Orange, we have Burnt Peanut.
Every social media turned them into a punchline. Reddit threads dedicated entire discussions to thrashing them. The absurd "look at this graph" meme went viral. Someone even created a Chrome extension called Nickelblock that automatically removed any mention of the band from every website you visited. Just think about that. Someone actually spent hours coding a tool which only purpose was helping people pretend that Nickelback didn't exist.
Jesus.
A petition in Canada demanding that they be banned from performing. They got over 50,000 signatures, more signatures than most political issues. And during the NFL playoffs, a Detroit radio station promised that if the Lions won, they'd never play Nickelback again. Then a competing station one-upped them. They promised to play Nickelback non-stop for an entire day if the Lions lost. But all of this still doesn't answer the question. Why did Nickelback target?
Please welcome the White Stripes.
In the early 2000s, you had bands like the
White Stripes are fucking amazing. I'm praying to God they're not like gay as fuck or something. I used to love the White Stripes.
Mysterious, artistic, wearing vintage suits. Or the Strokes, skinny jeans with leather jackets.
The Strokes were my shit for years. Julian Casablancas, incredible vocalist. Holy, I used to love some Strokes. God damn.
It's like perfectly messy. They look like they just stumbled out of a New York dive bar at 4 a.m.
So good.
Real rock stars were supposed to be cool. And I mean, effortlessly cool. They weren't supposed to try too hard. Then you had Nickelback. Chad Kroeger had bleached blonde hair that looked like it required an entire bottle of gel every morning.
We've got just closet space. You know, I'm just hanging some crap up.
By the way, this is the coolest freaking jacket. Look at that jacket.
Yeah.
The band wore baggy jeans and wallet chains. They looked like they shopped at the mall. They looked suburban, like guys in a bar watching sports.
Sure. Nickelback is more like trying to get people to get the ease in the air. You know, getting everyone to have a good time and enjoy the rock show.
But here's the thing. The people who love Nickelback's music, the ones who buy millions of albums, they like it straightforward. Simple rock music, big guitars, sing-along choruses, songs about drinking beer and relationships.
We're not wearing any underwear. Canna girls put out.
Weird.
But here's the twist. The people who back then decided what was cool in rock music, they wanted the opposite. They wanted artists who seemed mysterious. Tom York, Julian Casablancas.
Tom York, fucking man. Weird as shit. Love Radiohead.
Jack White, misunderstood
Still do.
and complicated. Too cool to care about commercial success.
OK Computer was like one of the best albums ever made. Like so unfucking believable. To like Kid A, In Rainbows, OK Computer. Like, man, Radiohead is so fucking peak. They got really weird later in their years, but my God, early Radiohead was so fucking peak, bro.
Fucking great.
I still listen to Karma Police and 2 + 2 = 5. Oh, and Just.
Not a day goes by where I don't fucking count
Your hands feel great.
I don't fucking count my lucky stars every day.
Nickelback committed the ultimate sin. They tried.
Straight up rockers, we can do anything we want to do. And we have not pigeonholed ourselves into a category where it has to sound like.
Chad Kroeger has openly talked about his songwriting formula in interviews. I would dissect every single song that I would hear on the radio, and I would say, why did this do so well? There's so many things that you can do to make a song stick in someone's head.
They had some knowledge of how the record industry and the music industry worked at that time. They knew what they wanted, and they were pretty laser focused in how they thought they should get there.
Real artists weren't supposed to care about commercial success. Real artists were supposed to create for the art itself. So the mockery exploded everywhere. Now, this is the part of the video that I will ask for 15 seconds of your time. And no, this is not a sponsor spot. This is me saying thank you, because we read all your comments, all your kind words, your constructive.
How the fuck this guy have Jimmy Neutron hair? I just noticed that.
Criticism, yes. Sometimes you're calling us out, and we see that.
What is going on with that?
We want to improve. And if I
Bro's about a fucking brain blast.
may ask you for one favor. I will never ask you for a lot, but I'll ask you this one thing, and that's please subscribe, because it tells the algorithm that what we're doing is quite good, and that's the single best thing you can do to help us.
True.
Back to Nickelback.
They were so mainstream that they were considered to be irrelevant artistically. And if you like Nickelback, well, then you didn't have very good taste.
The hate became its own thing, separate from the band almost.
I don't know anything about Nickelback, but I know that, like, my friends that are super cool despise Nickelback. Like they kidnapped the Lindbergh baby. Yeah. You know, it's like they're just they're playing music. If you don't like it, turn it off.
It became this weird
I will say though, bro, if something played on the radio back in the day, I would just stop listening to it. There was a certain honor and pride I would have in listening to music that nobody else would fucking listen to. And I think maybe that's why I started liking anime and like Japanese shit so much, is because it made me be like different from other people. And so I got to a point where I exclusively listened to Japanese music for a very fucking long time. And I would like get my CDs and burn it off of like LimeWire before President Clinton was talking about getting a blowjob, not getting a blowjob. I don't know what it was, but I do think, and I still think that a lot of the shit like Nicki Minaj is pure goy slop.
Social, cultural ritual, a way to signal you belonged in the right group. You didn't need to justify anything. Everyone seemed to agree that
I was probably a bit of a hipster.
Nickelback was terrible. And questioning that meant questioning the entire social order. It meant risking your own credibility. So people confidently declared them the worst band in history. But the more I read about Nickelback, the bigger fan of the band I actually became. This one time, they had been booked to a festival in Portugal. They got booed out of the building.
You guys want to do some rock and roll, or you want to go home?
Why would you show up and boo them? That's so weird.
See ya.
And here's Chad Kroeger's comments afterwards.
But people were throwing stones.
Yeah, I have no idea why. We were playing a metal festival, and I had no idea what we were doing there, and it was just a horrible, horrible mistake. Just we're like, you know what? I came here to see metal. I don't want to see Nickelback. And in their defense, if I went to a metal festival, I wouldn't want to see Nickelback either.
In my opinion, he seems like a really reasonable and nice guy. Hardly someone to waste valuable hate on. But where does this urge to collectively hate a band come from? And why?
Well, we see this all the time in social media where sometimes people like will disparage people and slander and defame people, and they won't even know why they're doing it other than that's what everybody else is doing because large prominent content creators and the media pushes that. Like, think about how many people called Donald Trump a fucking like child rapist for no reason.
Here's how the music industry worked in the early 2000s.
Or a sexual
you had
predator.
Artists who wrote and recorded songs, record labels who published them, and music critics who told everyone which ones were good and which ones were bad. The critics were gatekeepers. The job was filtering out bad music, so you didn't have to do it yourself. And critics really didn't like Nickelback music, but the people still loved them. So in a sense, Nickelback's rising popularity threatened the entire system. Because if millions of people genuinely enjoyed their music, What did that say about the gatekeepers' authority? If commercial success didn't require critical approval, what was the point of critics at all?
True.
A Finnish study analyzed Nickelback's career and found something interesting. The more successful they became commercially, the worse their critical reviews got. When their sales numbers went up, the review scores went down almost perfectly.
Interesting.
The bigger you get, the harder they want you to fall.
The music itself
True.
hadn't changed. Their style
It's very
remained
true.
consistent, but the cultural position had shifted. Hating Nickelback became a signal, a way for cultural snobs to announce, I'm not like those other people.
Nickelback? You got me Nickelback? All right, fine, they'll do. Boys, get them in there.
Saying you couldn't stand them meant that you had sophisticated taste, even if you never actually sat down and listened to a full album. And the beauty of it, you didn't need to defend your position. Everyone agreed that Nickelback was terrible. But the world was changing in ways we would never have predicted. The very system
It's so weird how I've seen almost every single one of these memes.
that created this hate machine was about to self-destruct. In the 1990s and early 2000s, if you wanted to watch television, you had NBC, CBS, ABC, Fox, and maybe a few cable channels. That's it. That meant everyone was watching and listening to the same stuff at the same time. That's called monoculture, when an entire society shares the same cultural references.
Monoculture is when it was much easier in the media environment for a single song to become pervasive throughout the world and global culture.
This meant that on Monday mornings at work or school, millions of people could talk about the same TV shows they'd all watched Sunday night, the same songs they all heard on their morning commute. You could say that pop culture was a shared language.
Yeah, Britney Spears made the biggest impact with her Sugar Pop.
The radio DJs decided what songs got played, Blockbuster decided which videos got stocked in their shelves, and
I miss Blockbuster, man. That shit was peak.
TV decided which music videos got into rotation. Essentially, this was gatekeeping, and it sounds restrictive. But behind that gate was our culture, our shared reference points, our common ground. And the early 2000s were the last time the system really worked. Music critics at the Rolling Stone and Pitchfork still had real influence. Cable television could broadcast one joke about Nickelback and have millions of people see it at the same time. But then on June 29th, 2007, this happened.
A widescreen iPod with touch controls.
What the fuck does Steve Jobs have to do with the falling of Nickelback? Okay, I'm gonna need to figure out what the fuck is going on here.
A revolutionary mobile phone, and a breakthrough internet communications device.
Everything changed. Suddenly, the limitations disappeared. You had unlimited access to unlimited content in your pocket.
Oh,
Available
sure.
24/7. Millions of videos, thousands of streaming shows, infinite options. And here's the crucial part. Algorithms started curating everything, specifically for you, based on what you'd already watched and liked.
In the past, we had more of this media monoculture where ideas were dictated from the top down, from tastemakers down or executives down. And now that system has totally broken down and it's more of a bottom-up cultural system.
Your friend in New York might become obsessed with K-pop. You went deep into indie folk. Your classmate or coworker discovered conspiracy theory podcasts. Your sister started to
Dude, Sophia got brainwashed into anti-natalist algorithms, and it made her horrified of being a mother until she got out of that algorithm and curated it to get away from these fucking brainwashed lesbians. It's so bad. The effects that what your algorithm can feed you will really dictate who you actually are as a person if you don't become aware of it.
True crime documentaries, and none of you had any idea what the others were consuming because you no longer occupied the same cultural spaces.
People around the world were posting so much and creating so much content that we need.
I think what this entire thing boils down to is Nickelback was overhated because that was the popular thing to do, and a lot of sheep went on with that mentality because that was what everybody else was doing, and they never really fact-checked themselves. Nickelback is fine. We all know